What's up, everybody? All right, so this is Roger, Working Man Cigars. Thank you for joining me today. I'm kind of doing this recording kind of like in a rush, so hopefully it works out well. But I am pretty excited. What the heck? I am pretty excited about the cigar that I am going to be reviewing today because this is a cigar that I've bought like maybe 4 months ago. And I was really hyped about it. But it was so over humidified that I like let it sit, and it finally is ready. It's been ready, but with so many new cigars that I've been getting, this thing kind of fell in the back of the pile. And when I found it, I was gonna review the Year of the Dragon. When I saw this one, I thought, man, I really wanted to smoke the cigar. It feels good, it feels perfect. So, I mean, I wanna give it a shot. And I've been wanting to smoke this one for a long time. I was super excited about this cigar. And this is a kind of weird cigar. I'm not even too sure how to pronounce it, how to say it, but this is, I believe it's the Henk Māori. Māori or Māori. Look at that beautiful cigar. Look at this weird like little figurado. Look at, it's got like a strange little, the branding is just like a stamp or something on here. But anyways, it's an awesome looking cigar. One of the reasons I wanted to smoke this one was because Smoker Spot. I don't know if you guys ever watched Smoker Spot, but I like watching his content, and this was one of his top rated cigars from last year. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a cut and get started. Good draw. It is a figurado, so I'm gonna try lighting it just like from the tip. I still like toasting it a tiny bit, but I mean, I try not to do it too much with these kind of cigars because I know you're not really supposed to, but this cigar seemed really special to me, so I really wanted to smoke it for a while. So I'm really actually excited. All right. So right off the bat, that first draw, I did get a little bit of light, smooth, like a little bit of sweetness. And I just got a little bit of a taste that I usually don't like getting in cigars. So you could tell this is when I was using my humidimeter a lot, and you could see all the little stabs on it. Look at that. We'll see if it gets any better, but so far, like that first draw was good. The second draw was something I don't particularly like. Got a little bit better. Getting a little tiny bit of spice so far, but that's pretty much it. I don't know how many people are gonna care about this cigar. I don't know how many people even know what this is, but it really called my attention when I seen it. And then Smoker Spot is somebody that I really like watching his videos. And when he brought this cigar up, I remember seeing it on Luxury Cigar Club, and I remember thinking, damn, I really want to try that cigar. So it was sold out for a bit. When it came back up for sale, I was glad I was able to get it. And I've been really looking forward to this for a while. I was looking for it a long time ago. So I'm glad to be smoking it now. But I'm curious, when I was going to review it, I'm like, man, how many people are going to want to watch the Year of the Dragon? How many people are going to want to watch this one? But genuinely, I think this one would come more across as like something I really been wanting to smoke, because I have. So this is why I went with this one. Getting a little bit of spice on there. Now, some cigars have a certain taste, right? Some cigars have a certain tobacco taste. Like, oh, when you're trying to pick up tasty notes, you taste a lot of tobacco. And that may sound stupid, like, well, of course you're gonna taste tobacco. But no, it's for those of you that smoke cigars, you know what I'm talking about. When a cigar just gives you tobacco and you're like, okay, tastes like smoke, it tastes like tobacco. I'm kind of getting that right now. But we'll see if it gets any better, because I know it's kind of tasting very different from first draw to now. And I think it's just because it's starting to kind of open up. So it's going to be affecting the way that it's smoking and stuff. The way that it's tasting and everything. Towards the end, I got a tinge of floral note, like very, very strong floral note. So that's interesting. We're going to see how this thing smokes down. Smoke it down to the first third, and then I'll check back in. All right, so just checking back in now. I'm still in the first third, but I wanted to check in real quick. Okay, so this cigar, first of all, smokes like a mother, man. Look at this thing. Dang. Now, so far, smoking really good. Look at that crisp burn line. Look at that. Which I know, like, some people really, I just saw a guy, Beast Made Reviews, talk about how he's like a casual smoker, right? And he's talking about how burn line and stuff, people deduct points in reviews for burn lines and things that he doesn't care about in ash. And I get his point because I'm not used to having good ashes. I'm not used to having a good burn line. I don't mind touching up my cigar. To be honest, I did touch this one up too. Because at the end of the day, that stuff doesn't matter. What matters is how the smoke tasted, if you enjoyed smoking it, if you would smoke it again, that's what counts. But I do think the more you've been smoking, the more you enjoy this hobby, the more you start getting pickier. Once cigars start getting expensive, you expect them to have all this good stuff. So that's why I think it's important. And even though I don't care if I'm smoking an Opus and I have to touch it up, or I have to, you know, or the ash falls off really quick. I honestly don't care. But when I do get a clean ass burn line or a cool looking, like the Vitola, you could see the shape in the ash. I mean, that's cool, you know, it is cool. It is sick. It's like, dang. Now, this cigar, I was like a little bit disappointed with it in the beginning. And once it caught up to an even burn line and wasn't in that beginning stages of the Figurado, it completely changed. And that's what's crazy about cigars. Like, the way it's burning is gonna affect the way it tastes a lot. And once it started burning evenly, nice and straight, the ash was kind of like, you know, grayish, and now it's turning into white ash, and it's burning a lot nicer, and it tasted way different. It's starting to, it evolved quite a bit, and it's starting to get more flavors, a little bit more sweetness. I am getting a little bit of a floral note still, but I'm getting a little bit more sweetness, and I'm getting a touch more spice. Not pepper spice, but like the spice in your mouth when the smoke is in there. One thing I am getting from this cigar that I don't particularly like is it's giving me cotton mouth. It's making my mouth a little bit dry, which some cigars do that to me, and it's not something I particularly really enjoy. Good cigar, good cigar. I'm getting a very nice kind of sweetness in there. It's not incredibly sweet. I am getting a bit of a richer flavor in there as well, like a darker flavor, and I'm getting a tinge of a, like, something I don't like. I still can't put my finger on what it is, but I'm getting a tinge of something that I don't like. And the initial, when I'm letting the smoke out, I get that taste, but then I retrohale it, and then it completely takes over. And it's a little bit sweetness. It's that darker kind of sweetness taste for me, that molasses sweetness, but very mild sweetness. This is probably like a medium sweetness cigar for me, not a very, very sweet cigar, but it's very enjoyable nonetheless. And I'm getting a little bit of that like molasses kind of sweetness, so it's very good. And I do enjoy floral cigars, and I'm getting a bit of a floral taste. This is actually, I don't know why, like I mentioned, I forgot about the cigar. I don't know why I have not sent this to my friends, but this is definitely a cigar now that I'm gonna have to go buy and get a 5-pack to send it to some of my homies and stuff. Some of my homies. I used to say homies all the time, especially with this flannel. Probably sounds bad, huh? Like, send it to my homies. Maybe I blocked the mic, but yeah, it's not a gangster flannel, you guys. It's an express flannel, okay? It's like a college. Is Express like a college university kid brand? I wouldn't know because I'm very uneducated. I don't even know what college looks like. Cool. Enjoyable cigar. So far I am liking it. I'm gonna go ahead and maybe I'm liking the cigar, maybe I'm enjoying more of the experience, I don't know. I haven't been doing a lot of overviews. I have been enjoying smoking a lot though lately, just smoking cigars on Tribal and talking to my friends and you know, doing the virtual lounge thing with the Shadow Smokers Legion. Oh, but like I was saying, the reason I was bringing that up is because I haven't been doing a lot of overviews. I haven't been able to shoot a video. This is, and I'm gonna try to get some videos out. I have this fear of my channel becoming like an unboxing channel, and I used to like watching unboxings because I like watching humidor tours. But if a channel only did humidor tours or unboxings, I would get sick of it. So I really want to get back to doing content like this. The only thing is when I get a package for somebody, like I was just reviewing a package from my cigar stash right now. He sent me freaking killer cigars and a cool lighter and cutter combo here and kit here. And I feel commitment to have to put those videos out of respect for thanking them to send me something. So sometimes that takes importance over shooting like a overview on a cigar. And so I apologize about that because like I said, I don't particularly like watching just people unbox stuff, and I don't want to become that type of channel. And right now, this is what we call our busy season, right? Where I live in the service plumbing world, we do, this is our season. People leave during summer and then they come back when it's cold, and we get a lot of people that, you know, rent their house during that time, and we get a lot of people, we call them snowbirds, that come back and move back into the valley during the cold season. So we get a lot more work. So I'm a lot more tied up, so I'm not able to do this as much. But yeah, so that's why the videos haven't been coming out so consistently. But I'm gonna try to get them back out just because I enjoy making them. I enjoy doing these overviews, I really do. This cigar so far, guys, is very, very good, very enjoyable. It's got me talking quite a bit, which that's not rare for me, you know? Talk a lot no matter what. This thing does have quite a bit of nicotine punch. I'm barely getting into getting past the first third here, and I already feel pretty lightheaded, and I haven't even stood up yet. And normally that happens to me when I stand up, so I'm gonna slow down on how I'm smoking because I don't want to start feeling really sick. Right, guys, I'll go ahead and check back in once I'm into the second third, and that way I can kind of tell you more how the flavors have evolved, all right? So far, though, this cigar, it isn't a cheap cigar, right? This Vitola right here costs $40. This Figurado. I know if you look, they have some for like 25 bucks on Luxury Cigar Club, but that does look like an appealing Vitola to me. It's a very short cigar, like a, they have a short Robusto that's like $24, $25. And it's a very short 3.5-inch cigar, but it's a 55-inch regauge. So it's like a shorty but thicky. And that to me seemed appealing because I do like those cigars, those little short ones, but they're stacked. Like, it's like, cool, man. I don't know why. I just like the way they look, and I like the way they smoke. So they usually don't get as hot for me, so I do enjoy them. So to me, if this is available, I would say if you're interested, try it out. You know, I used to think this was a pretty expensive cigar, but so many cigars seem to be in this price range nowadays. I mean, I guess this is pretty pricey. For 40 bucks, this is kind of like a lot, right? But it is smoking really well, so it is a premium cigar. It's a Nicaraguan Puro. It is a Nicaraguan Puro. I was gonna say Puro. Why do we say Puro? It's puro. You know, like the real word is puro. Like, if you hear Cubans, they say, oh yeah, you smoking a puro? Like, my mom will tell me, oh, estás fumando un puro? Because to them, that means cigar. And that, I don't know why people call, like, when it's all one blend, they call it a puro. I mean, all Cubans are puros because they only have Cuban tobacco. So, but in reality, like, if you call any cigar, even if it's a crazy blend or a cheap cigar, even a gas station cigar, if it looks like this in Spanish, they call it a puro. So, I don't know, it's weird. I am having a bit of trouble with the cap, with the cap of the cigar here. It's starting to come off. The wrapper's got like a weird cut, and it's kind of angled that way. There's 3 cuts like that, angled down, that the wrapper's spreading. So I think when they wrap the wrapper, you could see it starting to unravel a little bit. But I do think that's my fault, because I was just actually talking about in the other video that I was shooting that I have this St. DuPont cutter, which is cool. It's very nice, and it fits my plumbing theme because it's brushed copper, which is cool. But it doesn't cut very well, and it usually tends to kind of mess up the cuts a little bit, and that's what happened here. All right, guys, I'll go ahead and check back in once I get into the second third, all right? Thank you. All right, guys, so checking back in. Now, the cigar was pretty good. Again, I'm sorry, I kind of went a little bit too crazy with it, smoked it down a little bit too much. I was talking to the guys, and I was telling them, I'm gonna send you guys this cigar because I know you haven't smoked it, and it's a good cigar, and I'm enjoying it. And I was getting light sweetness, still a little bit. I started getting like a little bit of a nutty component, and it was mostly like an aftertaste. And it was really enjoyable. I was enjoying it. But then towards the end, see, like right now, that retrohell, nice sweetness. But something happens that I started talking, right? And I'm not really like focused on the cigar, and I'm talking, and I realized I'm getting like a metallic taste, like I told Soy Sauce Assassin and Smoke One If You Have One, I was like, this kind of tastes kind of like when you lick a battery and, you know, it stays on there for a long time, and it's like, it's got that weird taste. And they're like, yeah, dude, that's like metallic mineral taste. It's like, okay, perfect. That's a perfect way to describe it. I started getting that. So obviously that's not the greatest type of flavor that you get in a cigar. And it wasn't even like a taste you get in the smoke. It's more of afterwards. And obviously I drink from like my big metal jug. So I thought it was that. I thought it was maybe coming from that, but it's not. It's coming from the cigar. So unfortunately, that's what ended up happening to it. It is still enjoyable when I'm smoking it, but when I stop, like right now that I've been just talking, I'm starting to get that taste again in my mouth. It's very strange. It's not too good. Yeah, the retrohell has a nice little. The retrohell now has a nice, it's like dried fruit kind of sweetness to it. It transitioned over from like that darker molasses sweetness to like that other sweetness, which is the type that I like. But now you get that, you know, that sharp aftertaste after a while. Like right now I'm starting to get it. I kind of think because it was so enjoyable, like, you know, in the first, like a little bit into the first third and then the second third, I'm trying to think that maybe it might just be, I would have to revisit the cigar, but this one costing $40, I don't think I would buy this Vitola again. I think I would buy that cheaper one, the short Robusto that's 3.5 by 55. If you don't really like that type of size, then obviously that's not something maybe you'd want to try, but I don't think I would recommend. If somebody were to ask me, again, these are overviews, right? I just bring you guys along for my smoking experience. I'm not trying to persuade anybody to buy or not to buy, but I don't think I will be buying this one again, and I'm not going to be sending it to friends. So I guess that means I don't really recommend it too much, but I am going to be buying another short Robusto just to see if I get any different, you know. If I do and if it's good, I'll let you guys know. But as of now, it kind of, based off this one, it's like, it's tough, you know. It's tough for me to say it's worth it. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. It was a good cigar. I'm probably going to stop smoking it here, man. So yeah, now I'm getting that aftertaste quite a bit. So, but that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks again. Thank you for joining me. Working Man Cigars. I'm going to try to pump out a few more of these overviews as much as I can, and hopefully I can start kind of just pushing them out. I do smoke quite a bit, so the whole thing is just recording it and then editing it. So as long as I can do that, then hopefully I can get some of these out. All right, guys. Thanks again for joining me. See you on the next one.